Comics Plus, what is going on, Akasan? Here we go again, man. I feel like the first one was 10 years ago. Goku lost. The second one was 8 years ago about Goku lost again. And here we are now on the end of 2023, December 6th for me. Goku versus Superman 3. Here we are. This is it. Dragon Ball versus DC Comics. Yet again, we are here. One day, already 1.5 million views. I was telling the chat here in Twitch, we're live streaming right now. I was telling the chat in Twitch, I was just like, look, man, look, the only way they would ever, Screw Attack would ever bring this back is that Goku has to win at this point. How you gonna win 3 times? You know, how you gonna lose 3 times, dude? Like, and I'm thinking to myself, the only thing that's really changed, as far as I know, is Ultra Instinct. Goku has that Ultra Instinct, but I don't think Ultra Instinct is even still comparable. Even though I will admit, when watching Dragon Ball Super, I'm like, I wonder if Toriyama just gave him Ultra Instinct just so he could take on Superman. I wonder, right? I think Ultra Instinct Complete is still a non-factor, in my opinion. So I'll be very curious to see what Death Battle has here. Let's go. Superman going for the sweep. Here we go. Huh?
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by BetterHelp.
Ooh. Here we go again.
Son Goku, Superman. It's time to answer the ultimate question, and we're taking it all into play.
We're examining Superman's extensive mainline comic book canon. Given Dragon Ball Super's contentious continuities, we'll include all 3, just to be thorough, plus Dragon Ball Heroes.
Wow. Okay.
And it's our job to
Okay, that's a little bit of
skills to find out who would win a death.
That's a twist. Didn't see that coming. They're gonna include all of the Dragon Ball stuff.
Far away, in an enchanted land, an old master found a boy and marveled at his uncommon strength. This is the story of Son Goku.
Chances are, if you've watched some localized anime, you can thank this guy.
Inspired by martial arts films and his wife's interest in Chinese culture, Akira Toriyama crafted the story and the character that would define generations to come.
Dragon Ball! Kakarot was born a low-class Saiyan on the planet Vegeta, narrowly escaped its destruction by Frieza, and was raised on Earth by happy old Grandpa Gohan.
Not just raised, but trained. Gohan began Goku's teachings in martial arts, which he would find to be his true calling under the guidance of Master Roshi. Specifically, he learned the Kame-sen and Ryu style, which focuses on discipline and tenacity, both of which strongly define Goku's character.
The more he learned, the more he wanted to improve. This little
one day I gotta watch the OG series, because I feel like it must be very wholesome.
He was so strong, the only worthy teachers left were gods. And a talking cat, but mostly gods. When you're training to dodge lightning, you know you're a few leagues over everyone else.
He did have a slight advantage. Saiyans are naturally superhuman. They also take Nietzsche's famous words, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger."
Yeah, there you go.
Very, very literally.
It's almost unfair how much of a boost in power they get after they're hurt.
True.
While Saiyans like Vegeta may have abused this trait, it suits Goku. No matter how many times you knock him down, he will get back up, stronger than before.
It helps that he knows so many cool combat moves, like the Kamehameha.
An incredibly powerful technique that focuses one's ki into a single point for a devastating beam.
So challenging, it took Roshi decades to master, but Goku got it in like 5 seconds.
It's incredibly versatile, with over 50 different variations. For example, Goku can curve
Really?
the beam after firing, or even shoot it from his feet.
But unlike most Saiyans, he doesn't just use ki to blow shit up. Moves like the Solar Flare, Energy Landbind, and Godbind require a lot of strategy and planning.
Because while Goku isn't exactly book smart, he is a genius when it comes to martial arts. He doesn't just train to conquer his opponents, but to conquer himself.
He's also got some different moves, like trapping you in a rice cooker.
Well, pretty much any container could be used for the Mothaba sealing technique.
Then there's Kaioken, aka instant steroids. Goku's
I haven't heard Kaioken in so long,
and
dude.
in a movie, he even got it up to times 100. What a
How's the
badass.
sound, guys? Okay?
Or
No
Spirit
problem.
Bomb is potentially his strongest attack, but it requires considerable time. Unlike instant transmission, which is a teleport that's instant. The way it works is Goku detects another person, like a sort of beacon, then teleports to their location by launching himself through an alternate dimension where time stands still.
Wow.
Yes, according to the Daizenshuu Guide,
Wow.
it's a dimension hop. You can actually see this in between space in some movies and games.
And the dubs
Okay.
wanted us to think it shot Goku's molecules around at light speed. Silly English.
The dubs did more than that. In fact, early dubs of Dragon Ball Z tried to rewrite Goku as a Superman figure. Even his famous speech on Namek about being the light in the darkness was originally about him coming to terms with his Saiyan heritage, accepting his anger and pride, avenging his people by defeating Frieza, and declaring himself the Super Saiyan.
Really?
Yeah. If there's
That's
any
wild.
that deserves the word epic, it's when he went gold. Super Saiyan and its sequels all have official power multipliers, but they threw us for a loop by turning Goku into a god.
Yep.
Super Saiyan God certainly changed things up. Goku gained Divine Ki, a pure form of Ki unspoiled by mortal hands. Unlike normal Ki, it can't be detected and appears to have healing properties.
Kinda like Senzu beans. Did you know one Senzu has so much healing juice it can regenerate a person's lost limbs? They're missing out.
God Goku reached a level of power that could compete with the greatest of deities, nearly shattering the whole universe with a single clash on his first.
Dude, I love these
Dragon Ball's
movies.
cosmology is unique. This model is said to be an accurate depiction of Universe 7, but there's a wrinkle there. When all of humanity went to heaven,
Because Boo went berserk.
Fidel commented that heaven is just as large as a universe, and the Daizenshuu backs her up.
And, that's heaven. Big planet.
So let's scale things up with that in mind. Doing
Okay.
so would make Universe 7 over 1,500 times larger than our own observable universe.
All right.
And Goku could destroy that much the first time he went God. And he didn't lose that power. He learned how to use it even better, even in base form. Now, imagine how much stronger he became when he stacked Super Saiyan on Super Saiyan God and became Super Saiyan Blue.
Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan.
Yeah, not saying that. Or after he trained with some almighty angels. Or when he perfected the blue hairdo and stacked Kaioken on top of that.
Right.
Performed great feats with God Ki, breaking through Hit's time stop by forcing himself into the future.
Dude, Dragon Ball Super was such a good time watching that every week,
He
man.
shook the entire world of Void by just walking.
He even tried out Hakai, the destruction god move that
Did he really?
out of existence. Your being and your soul erased from all of time and space.
Culminating in his greatest form,
Yes.
Ultra Instinct.
Ultra
Goku
Instinct.
isn't a normal transformation, it's a state of mind. Ultra Instinct is the highest peak of martial arts, subconsciously making optimal choices because you're in the zone. Doing without thinking.
Something Goku has always been training to do. Technically, it can be used in any form, but when perfected, Autonomous Ultra Instinct makes you untouchable. No matter what comes his way, Goku will automatically dodge, block, and counter to the best of his ability, even pushing his body well beyond his physical limits. So far beyond, in fact, Ultra Instinct can summon a massive avatar to defend him when his own body can't.
That sounds really intense.
It is, which is why he's developed incremental versions of it for specific uses. It's extremely difficult to maintain the full form for long.
Until you get to Dragon Ball Hero.
I was about to say, no wonder they Screw Attack was like, they're like, forget it. It's been like 5-6 years since the animated version came out. The animated adaptation, they're just like, whatever, dude. We're doing this. We're doing it. We can't wait for the animated version to come out anymore. So, all right.
Dragon Ball fanfiction gone Kaioken times 1,000.
While technically a different continuity, CC Goku is functionally a stand-in for the mainline Goku.
Okay.
His history and powers are the same, making his story just as much of a what-if scenario as the multiple super continuities.
Okay.
The real difference is Toriyama's not really involved.
This Goku used instant transmission to teleport through time and dimensions. He outsped a god who could see the future. He defeated Dark King Fu, who was gonna rewrite the entire universe. Hell, this series even makes GT cool. Xeno Goku can break space-time just by going Super Saiyan 4.
Looking back at that goofy monkey boy chopping wood and punching dinosaurs, it's almost overwhelming to think about how far Goku has come, how much he's had to face.
But no matter the challenge, he takes it head-on and pushes through.
Showing everyone, everywhere, how to go even further beyond.
It's still not going to be enough, though. My personal opinion is it's still not going to be enough. Ultra Instinct is just more of a defense mechanism. It's so far. I mean, they kind of talked about but it feels more like it's almost like the Avatar state. Like it's like a instinctive defense mechanism or something, like, if that makes sense, right? You know what I mean? So that's my particular opinion. I want to see what kind of layout they have for Superman, because I still think Superman's too powerful. Let's go.
Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's Superman.
Geez, just a locomotive? People in the 40s needed bigger imagination.
Born on the far-off world of Krypton, the infant Kal-El was sent to Earth by his parents, narrowly escaping Krypton's destruction. Raised by farmers as Clark Kent, he eventually became Superman, champion of the oppressed, the man of tomorrow.
If you've only seen the movies, forget him. Comic book Clark's not the perfect Boy Scout, and he's definitely not Jesus. Wait, weren't the guys who made him Jewish?
Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster were sons of Jewish immigrants and grew up in a time when anti-Semitism went largely unchallenged.
And then that ugly mustache showed up.
Understandably seeking escape from some truly terrifying horrors, the pair created Superman to be a simple solution
What's up, Viceroy?
to overwhelming problems.
A hero who could defeat any evil by just punching it. Hell yeah, that's how I live my life.
After almost 9 decades, Superman has been many things. At the core, his story is one of a refugee.
Damn,
A child
9
lost his home,
decades.
left to the mercy of alien people. This new world accepted him, raised him, gave him a new home, because helping others in need is the right thing to do. That's why he became a superhero.
Is Superman only 30? I could have sworn he was pushing 40 at this point. Ain't he got a kid and everything? Nah, he ain't 30 years old, dude. Nah.
The first superhero.
His favorite food is beef buttery good and with ketchup. Really? Yo, I'm looking at these love interests. Hold on a second. Hold up. Love interests. Lois Lane, Lana Lang, Lois Lane, Lana Lang, Lisa LaSalle, Lisa Landis, Lori Lamaris, Luma Linna, Lila Little, Lyrica Lloyd, Wonder Woman. What the fuck? What? This man has a type. Double L's. He likes them double L's, man. What the hell? And then he just decided to switch it up one time and went for some double W's. W.
Everything's gotta start somewhere, but he was the first one to really take off. I mean, not literally. It took a while, actually, before he learned how to fly.
In fact, when Clark discovered his Kryptonian heritage, he struggled to accept it and subconsciously developed mental blocks, severing him from his true power, which he would uncover throughout his life.
He's strong enough to shoulder press the weight of the Earth for 5 days straight, or crush coal into perfectly cut diamond.
That's not how that works.
He's fast enough to reach the edge of the universe in seconds, or even break the bonds of infinity. Wait, he can do all that, but Batman can punch him out? Really?
You're probably thinking of Elseworld stories outside main canon like Dark Knight Returns. It's a good question, though. Superman's powers have fluctuated over time for a variety of reasons. However, for Death Battle, we take the characters at their best.
Yeah, like how his breath is so powerful he can sneeze away a solar system, or blow air cold enough to freeze ghosts.
Speaking of...
Then, yeah, for reals, for reals, Goku ain't winning. Goku might have had a shot at New 52 Superman. Like early New 52 Superman, when I forgot I think Warren Ellis was making him bleed and everything. Tell me, do you bleed? But nah, this ain't.
Walls. He can see through your own
Yeah.
body and mind to examine your soul.
And yet, he can't see through lead. That's okay, though. He can just burn through it with his face. Since he
True.
gets his power from the yellow sun, his heat vision burns with the fire of a star. And if beams aren't enough, he can blast it out of his whole body for a super flare. It used to totally drain him, but he's learned how to control it.
Simply put, Superman's powers defy physics. My favorite examples of this are when he rebuilt the reality warping miracle machine from memory, or punched Brainiac so hard every version of him felt it through all of time. Or when he gained 10 years worth of medical training through only 5 minutes of reading, and then successfully performed lung surgery.
Nice. My favorite example is when he smelled brownies in North Dakota from orbit.
Even beyond his powers,
Wow.
Superman is no novice when it comes to the intricacies of battle.
He's trained in Kryptonian martial arts, which uses Chi, or as they call it, Shriar. He even got summoned to Asgard to fight demons with Thor for 1,000 years.
Superman
What?
can resist being erased from existence, such as tanking Darkseid's Omega Beams. Even Retcon and the Time Trapper, both of which hijack and alter timelines, can't touch him. Not because of his powerful mental defenses or healing factor, but because he's a cosmic linchpin in the greater metaverse.
Timelines literally revolve around him.
But let's address the S-shaped elephant in the room. You may have noticed we've covered a variety of Superman eras. Superman, and DC Comics as a whole, have gone through multiple retcons.
Golden Age, Silver Age, Pre-Crisis, Post-Crisis, New 52, Rebirth, and so on.
It would help to know which one is the main Superman, right? Well, they all are.
I knew they were
The
gonna say
latest
that.
reboots basically said everything in the main series is kinda canon, even when he had wacky powers like changing his appearance with a super muscular control. Ew. I guess he can still phase through almost anything, even people.
Look, if you really dig into it, this isn't new. Plenty of characters have recalled events from supposedly retcon timelines before.
Yeah, post-crisis Supes did start as less powerful than in pre-crisis, but that was because of the mental blocks.
Though he's not a complete composite, there's so many other Supermen out there.
Future Superman, Big Robot Superman, Commie Superman, Dinosaur Superman. There's a bunch.
Still, this new canon has affected his abilities. For example, he and other Kryptonians can effortlessly travel through time. And while Superman's powers stem from the Earth's yellow sun, exposure to a blue star increases them even further. In fact, upon visiting a white star, he attained a whole new level of power.
When that old baldy Lex teleported him to another...
Wait, so you mean Godzilla has been kicking this dude's ass, but this man can time travel now? Effortlessly? That's a little too much.
galaxy, Superman just popped back up, saying space-time has lost its meaning for him. He really just said that.
Remember, Superman defies physics.
Like when he used heat vision to restart the universe by making an all-new Big Bang.
We've seen that his universe has a radius of at least 100 trillion light years, but we can calculate a more exact figure. The DC universe is 15 billion years old and expands at 60 trillion light years per half second. This means its radius must be over 50 nonillion light years across.
What? That's 31 zeros, and Supes helped make that happen.
Well, about 1/5 of it. That's still immense power, but if you want something bigger, here's the Anti-Monitor blasting Golden Age Superman with all the energy of the antimatter universe. And then Superman,
Punched him so hard it kickstarted another one of those reboots.
Now, Superman does have weaknesses. There's kryptonite, of course, and exposure to red starlight can fade his powers over time.
Not all at once. He has been able to move planets around while under a red star.
And everyone knows Superman can't deal with magic, but it's more accurate to say he doesn't have any special resistances to it. He's defeated plenty of magic users before, even Shazam.
Superman challenges the idea that absolute power corrupts absolutely. He's the goodest good guy of them all, but there is nuance to being good, even if he is the ultimate power fantasy, unstoppable and incorruptible.
Such as when he took on the World Forger, one of the most powerful reality shapers in all of creation.
Yeah, it's a little too much, dude.
Dimension
Like,
created a whole
I'd
new
rather,
universe
it would have been more interesting if they patched him for this death battle.
Superman could,
Like-
the Forger knew it. So he was trapped on a world with a sun so distant.
I don't even need to know anymore at this point. Like, oh, he fought Ultraman?
Found the strength he needed to fly at that sun, dip through a ton of stars, KO the World Forger and shatter his new multiverse with a single punch. Because that's Superman, a simple solution to overwhelming problems.
He's the kind of person to save a cat from a tree, answer Christmas cards from strangers, and tow hundreds of planets to a new galaxy all in the same day. What's not to like?
Truth and justice has no better champion than the Man of Steel.
Okay. We already know where this is going, man.
Sponsored by BetterHelp.
Wiz, it's getting to be the holiday
Son Goku
season,
gonna
and
need
I
some
just
better
know
help
Mama
real
Boomstick
quick.
is finally getting me that
Better.
dune buggy I've been drooling over.
Vegeta, all the other Saiyans, Frieza, they better help him.
This would be nice.
Let's go, dude. Yeah. Good point, Mario.
All right, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death
Let's go.
battle!
I will be very surprised if Goku wins. Here we go again. Ooh, pretty.
Today's the day. We'll finally settle who's stronger.
If you say so.
For the third time, today's the day. Oh, he's got the red tights back on again.
You're holding back. Give it your all.
There you go. So Goku's
No regrets.
got the upper hand early on. Typical death battle fashion. In all likelihood, he gonna lose. Yep. Wow. I will say, man, this is the best looking death battle.
Well, I guess we can wish it back later.
World made of cardboard. All right, I'll show you just how powerful I really am.
Whoa, my God. Oh, my God. Wait, what is this? What the hell? These are just alternate versions all filling it.
Well, what do you think?
That was awesome. Nice suit.
Oh, thanks. Kryptonian fabric. My mom made it for me.
What? What? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Jesus. See, normally, unless it's Zack Snyder, Superman would not be doing all this damage to the planet. But I guess in some sense it's out here in an abandoned area. But Superman ain't pressed like that right now. He ain't fighting for his damn life. Did they just... Wow. Oh, that's him charging up? Yo! Yo! Did they just blow up the world again? That was a short ass fight. Wait. Did they?
Almost had me there. That was actually pretty fun.
Yeah, it sure was. But I'll be stronger next time.
Did they just do a Jujutsu Kaisen? Stand strong. You're
Let's
strong.
go again.
Wouldn't-
You're on.
Oh my god, really? Really? This is pointless. This was, oh my god.
Indisputable answer. Who am I kidding? People are gonna argue this one forever.
There are so many ways this battle could go.
Why?
especially with all the other continuities.
Yeah, for real. Goku would kick almost every other Superman's ass, except for the main one.
There's a lot to cover, so let's address the 5 categories most representative
I
of
guess, man. I don't get. Yeah.
Strength. Both could hit hard enough to break or make their whole universe, or take it in stride, like when Superman got smacked by the whole antimatter universe.
At most, Dragon Ball's universe is 1,505 times larger than our own. But based on the DC Universe's officially established age and rate of expansion, it is 1.6 vigintillion times larger. Over a novemdecillion times more than Goku's.
At some point, you reach a number high enough that it just doesn't mean anything anymore. Anyway, Goku's obviously gotten stronger since the Beerus fight, even by billions or trillions of times. He's defeated Jiren, Broly, Moro, and Fu.
But even if we highball Goku by quadrillions or quintillions of times, the gap is just too much. Especially with the World Forger feat. Not even Heroes competes with that. Superman takes the edge in strength.
But strength
Of
isn't
course.
everything. Let's talk speed. Both are obviously way faster than light, but Superman crossed that mega-sized universe of his in seconds and flew faster than infinity.
Makes sense, he can keep up with the Flash, whose speed is so ludicrous it's unquantifiable.
Don't count Goku out, though. Flying across the entire afterlife in base form and outspeeding Eos's future sight takes some crazy speed.
Fighting Zamasu as an omnipresent merged timeline also implies immeasurable speeds.
That, combined with instant transmission and ultra instinct, could probably keep up.
Maybe. Quantifiably, Superman is faster, but both are immeasurable. The safest bet here is to say they tie.
Draw. Okay.
Especially
That's fine.
When we look at skill. Goku's a martial arts master. He's definitely got better battle instincts. He wants to fight and is dedicated to his training, while Superman sees training as a means to an end.
Superman's knowledge in pressure point combat and Kryptonian martial arts are impressive, but he's only used them a few times. It would be disingenuous to say he's an equivalent master at them.
So Goku wins in skill,
Sure.
but not necessarily in experience.
Don't get
True.
me wrong, Superman is not a mindless brawler. He's trained with Batman and Wonder Woman. He's even defeated martial arts experts like Cobra without powers.
Goku has spent decades training, but Superman battled Norse demons for 1,000 years.
He's also astonishingly brilliant, like when he reassembled the reality warping miracle machine from memory. Experience obviously goes to Superman, but perhaps less obvious is our last category, powers.
Hakai, Spirit Bomb, Mafuba, Instant Transmission, God Key, God Bind. How does Goku not win with those?
In Dragon Ball, Ki is dependent on physical ability, so it's different from magic. God Ki is simply pure Ki, and magic isn't an auto win against Superman anyway, whose greater strength could break out of something like the God Bind.
Mafuba and the Spirit Bomb would take way too long, and Goku's never successfully used Hakai before. Even if he did land it, Superman's impossible to erase from reality. Like, he's tanked Omega Beams, which do the same thing as Hakai.
Superman can time travel, countering instant transmission's similar ability from Heroes. And regarding teleporting him to a red star, ignoring the fact that Saiyans can't breathe in space, though Goku's certainly tough enough to withstand a vacuum, instant transmission requires another person to act as a beacon. He can't just warp to any red star.
Even if he did, Superman could simply fly away and find a blue or white star for a supercharge.
And Goku could not pull off the same trick twice, as Superman could phase through his attacks.
So, that's it then. Clark has too many counters, so he takes the edge in powers and it's over.
Well, I think there's something else. Goku versus Superman breaches a broader zeitgeist. It's more than just two characters fighting. For a whole generation, especially in 90s America, superheroes represented an unyielding status quo. Spider-Man, Batman, Captain America rarely change who they are or what they believe in. For a lot of people, that's tiring, and Superman is an icon of that. Then along came anime. There was a whole
Oh God, are we really getting into this debate?
to experience, and Goku's an icon of that. So while many see this as a debate between characters, others see it as a debate of ideologies and culture. And if that's what's at stake, who wants Goku to lose?
You're sure you're not overthinking this?
Right?
It's not our intent, but it does call into question what we're doing. How can people agree with what we take as fact when fiction relies on interpretation? Are we stripping characters of their importance by simplifying them to contestants in a vacuum of violence? And if so, then what's the point?
Because it's fun, Wiz. Damn it, man.
To
There's
get
more
some
to
of that
fun
money,
than
that's
appreciate
why.
something. We're having a great time talking about awesome characters and slamming action figures together. And that's okay.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm just saying, no matter who you prefer. That
Wow, are they
was
retiring
super,
Death Battle?
Man,
That's the worst pun.
what? It fits them both.
It's so lame.
I don't see you doing any better.
I do the math. The pun's your job.
Well, maybe if you math as good as I punned, then Goku would have won.
What is wrong with you?
Okay.
Hi, I'm Ben, the voice of Wiz. Thank you so much for watching. We are about to announce the next episode, but before we do that, if you're not a Death Battle member yet, click the join button below.
All right, well, what do we got next? Because that was all right. Season 10 finale. Galactus versus Unicron. Wait, is that really the most requested Death Battle people have asked ever? No way. Most requested matchup in Death Battle history. Galactus versus Unicron. Okay. It was okay. It was a little short this time, actually. Gojo versus Makima. I should actually watch that one next. Not bad. It wasn't bad. It ended exactly as I expected. I think the hype was I could kind of see why the hype wasn't as big as last time. Because there was just more riding on it last time, and Death Battle was at its peak as well, among other things, right? This one they kind of just rushed it. I feel they rushed it a little bit. They were just like, yeah, let's just get it over with, because why not, right? I do think if they had waited, but obviously nobody knows when it was gonna happen. But if they had waited till Dragon Ball Super came back, and we started to see more of Ultra, because it's been a long time. It's been like 5 or 6 years since we've seen Dragon Ball Super in animated form. So to be honest, I think a lot of that Ultra Instinct, all that has been forgotten now. Like people are talking about Chainsaw Man and Jujutsu Kaisen now. Like Dragon Ball, while still popular, has not really been in the people's main. I mean, the last time I think even Dragon Ball was even talked about in terms of transformations is when Luffy went Gear 5, because people were obviously comparing it to like when Goku went Ultra Instinct, in terms of who had the better hype transformation and things like that. So, but it's it's okay. It was still fun. I enjoyed it for what it was worth. But Superman coming in for that sweep, y'all. Like, I don't think they don't need to do this ever again. I really don't think they need to do it ever again. Like if they're gonna do it, like, look, throw in Vegeta. Actually, that's a bigger question. That's a bigger question. How the hell is Vegeta gonna lose to a Hedgehog? I think he lost to Shadow, right? And then I think he also lost to Thor. I think. I don't remember. Vegeta the one be taking the L's here. But then again, I guess it makes sense. Yeah. Whatever. That's it. All right, Red Nation, stand up, speak up. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll talk to you on the next Death Battle. Peace, y'all.